Class, team, my dudes, what do we got for tomorrow, Tuesday's workout? First of all, the workout is at noon, like all of our workouts following. So tomorrow's workout is at noon. I hope to see you there. I checked with everybody. I think it will work. So let's talk about what we're doing. A very simple workout, but I just did it myself and it is quite tough. Or like all the workouts that we do, it is as tough as you're gonna make it on yourself. So the job is 21 rounds here. 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. That means we work hard for 30 seconds and we rest for 30 seconds. Here is the movement problems that we have to solve. We're gonna do first, maximum number of burpees. That's our first interval. Second interval is maximum ground to overhead in 30 seconds. And then final interval is gonna be a challenging hold. Now this can be a squat hold, lunge hold, or some kind of shoulder hold. I'm gonna let you pick. And the reason you're picking is because I want you to focus on something, a goal of yours, something that you're working on that most applies to you. Some of us, that might be shoulder strength, holding in a plank. Others of us might be some kind of squat progression or lunge progression. I'll give you a couple of examples of what you can do, what I'm gonna do, what I did for this workout, and to give you some ideas for yourself. So, 21 rounds. We have 3 different pieces we're cycling between. We change every minute. Half of the minute is work, half the minute is rest. So that means we have 1, 2, 3 things we're doing. Then we cycle through those 3 things again. We have 3 things in 21 minutes. That means we cycle 7 times. Now, with any 30-second on, 30-second off, the idea is to push hard in the 30 seconds because 30 seconds of rest is quite a long time. However, if you want to take things slower, it just works out for the movements you're doing, feel free to take longer time for work and less time for rest. So I'll leave that up to you. If you have, also if you have different transitions or longer transitions, again, set the timing where you need it. All right, so our first movement is a burpee. We should know how to do this. Just as a reminder, it's going from our high position, standing, kneeling, quadruped, whatever that high position is, going to our low position, and then jumping and landing, coming back up. Now, of course, we can hold on to something while we do this. We can step up and step down. I don't even need jumping. What I care is that you look athletic as you do it. Feet are pointed forwards. We're stepping down to positions comfortably. Everything is controlled. We're not throwing our body up or down or taking leaps of faith and hoping they come out. So that is our first piece. We do that for 30 seconds. If you go real quick, you can get anywhere between 6 to 10 burpees in 30 seconds. Then we rest. Second round is ground overhead. Now, this is a lot like the clean and jerks we've been doing lately, except you get to pick how you want to get this overhead. We can do this with a one-handed weight, a two-handed weight. I left my weight downstairs, so I'm going to use this yoga block. We can pull this up in one motion for a snatch movement. If you have a lighter weight, that's possible. Alternate arms if you've got a one-handed weight, or we can clean and press this weight. Clean it up and then press it in 2 steps. This movement also works kneeling, again, ground to overhead, and it also works in a seated position. We're going from on the side, up overhead. So, a lot of different variations for that depending on the size of weight you have, a two-handed weight, a one-handed weight, standing, kneeling, or seated, wherever you're at. Okay, finally, we have a challenging hold for 30 seconds. So for our third of 3 minutes, we are striking a challenging position for us. Now for me, what's really challenging is any type of lunging position. So the hold I did was this hold, a low lunge with my right leg in front, trying to hold this for 30 seconds, which is quite challenging for me. A lunge could be challenging for you, but you pick how wide you go and you pick how deep you go, or where your foot's at in the back when you're lunging forward. You could also do the bottom of a squat hold. That would be another good choice for myself as well, trying to hold this position. We can always challenge this with weights. If you are a real rock star with your holds, you can take a lunge hold and do an overhead lunge hold with some weight. This can be incredibly challenging, or holding the weight in a front rack as well. That can be challenging. So you have all these options. I want you to mess around and find what you want to do. Of course, we could do a shoulder, some type of shoulder hold. We could do a plank on the ground. We could do a one-legged plank. This also would be a good one for me, working on doing a one-legged plank on my right leg. You could take an arm off the ground and make it really hard. So a lot of options for powerful holds. If we're sitting, we can also do overhead holds with our butt on the ground or butt in a seat. Okay, so those are our movements. We have some basic, can you get up and down off the floor? Can you pick up a heavy object from the floor and put it overhead? And then can you challenge whatever hold is at in range for you, or active and actually trying to use our muscles? So those are our options for us. We have 3 pieces. Test out what your burpee is going to look like, test out what your ground to overhead is going to look like, and test out what you want your hold to look like. With the holds as well, you can use a hand for balance. If you're getting really deep into the hold, just try to baby that hand, so we're not holding on to something really tightly if we're doing a lunge or something like that. Okay, guys, I think that brings us to the end of the explanation. If you have any other questions on the movements, you can look them up. Movements are all available on YouTube. And then I'll see you here tomorrow at 12 noon. Guys, I look forward to it. Enjoy the rest of your day.